There! Now it's perfect. Hey guys!
I think I found a pretty significant design flaw in your boutique. You'd think that opening the front door shouldn't knock over all the Aquanicans on display. I bet that's something the real estate agent didn't tell you. But I digress. This episode did something amazing. It avoided an extremely esoteric pet peeve of mine. Usually in consecutive episodes that take place outside Ponyville, they'll show an establishing shot of them arriving, like the transition between Equestria Games and Twilight's Kingdom.
Seems like only yesterday I was saving this place from being totally destroyed.
Wasn't it? This episode expertly sidestepped that issue by trusting that being forced to process information on their own wouldn't overwhelm their audience of questionably employable men in their mid-20s. And speaking of the mid-20s, this episode is noir-themed. And I find that adorable. Every time they went back to the black and white with the super dramatic lighting and the awesome score, I had a really big stupid smile on my face. I loved the sharply shifting styles, and the jokes that they were able to pull out of that made me take my mind off all the bad things, like how the Wonderbolt bylaws are very weird.
The bylaws are clear. If you sent that letter, I'd have no choice but to ban you from the Wonderbolts forever.
So they'll kick you out for preventing another Wonderbolt from flying in an exhibition, but they don't really seem to care that you sabotaged Cloudsdale's water supply and almost destroyed Ponyville with a giant ball of winter? I mean, did they even investigate that? Oh, okay, just cut to something funny.
We had to be focused, driven, 100% in the...
That's good. This pairing is particularly Rarity and Rainbow Dash, but it's also very uncommon. I guess you could count Sonic Rainboom and that one scene from Swarm of the Century way back in Season 1, but other than that, I can't really think of a scene these two had together, except for montages where one of them gets a scene with each of the other main six, like in Suited for Success or Testing 1 2 3, and for the life of me I can't imagine why this pairing is so unpopular. These two play off of each other very well. Rarity's methods are slow and methodical, and Rainbow only cares about solving the mystery as fast as possible. Basically what I'm getting at is that we've seen enough of Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy, and Rarity and Applejack, so just mix the pairs up a bit more, because this was pretty great. The mystery was handled well enough for what it was.
You'll be beating records in no time.
Like, this is the guy. Look at him. We all get it. But you see, Rarity also got it.
He said, and I quote,
She's not an idiot.
"That's the polite but disingenuous laugh you make when you want to seem happy, but really, you're not."
So I'll take what I can get. I tend to be a lot more lenient towards episodes that do a bunch of little things right, like the thing I mentioned at the start of the video. And also, this episode is one of the strongest in terms of giving the unimportant side characters decent voices. Usually, like, the one-line characters get really shitty voices. But in this episode, the castle guards are possibly the most reasonably voiced male characters in the whole show.
We were here, guarding the hallway entrance like we were supposed to.
And Fleetfoot 2.0 didn't record her lines through a fucking kazoo this time.
And you did say you would do anything to fly with Wind Rider. 2 more days of practice, then we'll see you in the air, Rainbow Dash.
But speaking of reused Wonderbolt models, does it bother anyone else that this pony looks exactly like Spitfire? It's like she just dies of roots, and then even her own mother doesn't recognize her. What the fuck?